Welcome to Dump Truck Toolbox. This is Alan, and I want to invite you along on a hauling tale called The Gravy is in the Mud. I've been driving dump trucks for almost a year now, so this is the first of two videos reflecting on dump trucks, and this one's going to focus on what I really enjoy doing. And so the gravy is in the mud is something one of my trainers said to me. I think I was commenting on one of the assignments I had, which was carrying wet dirt, mud, and he said, "Alan, the gravy is in the mud." And so we talked about that some, and his perspective was that doing grade work, digging up dirt and moving it around and dumping mud and all, he said it's one of the easiest jobs we have. And after he said that, and after I drove some more, I decided that even though I used to hate mud, I've come to actually really like mud. I like the grade work. I like seeing a roadbed be shaped and the drainage being put in, and I enjoy the task of hauling, in this case, the spoils that you dig up. And so here you get the rear view down in the left corner there. I'm carrying this load of mud to the dump out area. This is one of the two sand pits that we frequently use, and the dumping out is another thing I really enjoy. There's a sense of accomplishment that you've carried, in this case, probably 16 or 18 tons of mud. And I think this sand pit's probably about 20 miles away from the location we're working at, and there's a sense of accomplishment, of completing the task, getting rid of the spoils. I enjoy maneuvering the truck. I really do. Just the sense of making this beast that can weigh up to 30 tons go where it's supposed to go. So now you're getting a big view out the rear, and the little view down on the right is obviously out the front window. Backing is something that I really struggled with early on, if you've seen some of my older videos on the channel. And I've gotten to the point now where I feel like I'm a more than adequate backer. You can hear the engine speeding up here. This is very soft soil, and in the past I would go slow and often get stuck. And so now I know enough to keep the momentum going, keep the rear tires on top of the loose sand here. I also enjoy just the manipulating the bed. So I unlock the tailgate and raise it up, and gotten better at 2 foot, where I have my left foot on the brake and my right foot on the throttle, speed up the engine to make the PTO work. And then once it gets all the way up, you hear the little vibration. There you go. And that means that the bed's fully up. So I'm going to roll forward, let some more of the debris come out. And there's some rocks in it, you can see. This was actually, I believe, from a dam that we were using on the drainage ditch that we've been shaping. So this was holding the water back, so the section we were working on was drier. You see the other two trucks there? I don't know either of those drivers, but I do enjoy the camaraderie, you know, waving at dump truck drivers I don't even know, and most of the time they wave back. I also very much enjoy working with my fellow drivers at Basic Construction. Good group of guys. I've learned a lot from them. Just the other day, one of the drivers came out to me and said, "Alan, you really shouldn't be doing this at this time." And it was a minor thing, but you know, it was no big deal. He was just helping me out. Okay, we're jumping ahead here. This is actually the other sand pit that we work at, and I went to both these pits on the same day. But this is the pit where we pick up sand, and so I've mentioned before there's a different grade of sand that our State Department of Transportation expects us to use for constructing freeway ramps, and so we come to this pit to pick that up. Now you can see the line of trucks in front of us. Someone else is being loaded. I don't think you're going to see them, but I believe there's a quad at the front of the line. There's a tractor trailer with a dump trailer, and then right in front of me is, I believe, another quad, the red truck there. I'm driving, of course, the big orange triaxle. I do have a strong opinion that I prefer dump trucks that work, and I guess part of that is a function of the age of the dump trucks, but I've driven dump trucks that are anywhere from 20 to 7 or 8 years old, and the real key is to have a good maintenance group. And where I'm at now, the mechanics are excellent. My employer right before that, the mechanics were excellent, and things get fixed, and then you can get on down the road. So you see the tractor trailer there, the tractor with the dump trailer, and it obviously holds more stuff. I actually had the chance to ride in one not too long ago. I do not have a Class A, so I can't drive one, but it was interesting to ride in it. It's smoother in many ways, you know, rides better down the road. And the one I was in was relatively, the tractor at least was relatively new, and so you know, it was quiet, and air conditioning worked well and all that. Work with this operator here quite a bit, and the first couple times I worked with him, I had a little trouble figuring out the signals and exactly how he wanted me to line up. It took me a little while to figure out what was going on. The other thing with this operator is he is very efficient. He moves very quickly, and one of the things he does is if you're lined up right and you're backing into him, quite often he appears to skip the horn and he just dumps the first load in your truck when you're in position. And if you're expecting it, it's actually great. The first couple times he did it, I'm like, wait, did I miss the horn? Or is he mad at me? You know, is he afraid I'm going to run into him? You know, what's going on here? And one of the things I have learned is that communicating with the operators, with the ground crews and all that, you know, as a driver, you just have to adjust. So here I am lining up and backing in. We'll see if he beeps for me or not. Now the sand here is soft also, so you can hear me giving quite a bit of throttle. Yeah, I don't think he beeped. He just dumped into my dump box there. And that's fine. That's a great way to signal. A lot of operators are on the horn. You know, not in a bad way, not in an angry way, but you know, they beep whenever they want you to do something different than what you're doing. This operator doesn't. And so as a dump truck driver, I've learned just to adjust and to go with the flow. And there, he's done. And I don't know if he beeped at me or not, but he put his bucket over there to the side, so I know he's done. So the last thing I wanted to say is I honestly look forward to driving a dump truck. Sunday nights I get excited, I pull all my stuff together, and I'm raring to go to start the new week. And not every day and not all the time, obviously, but I really do find joy in driving a dump truck. And joy is a longer term sort of state of mind than happiness. Joy is finding, for me, finding meaning in my work, finding pleasure, knowing that I'm making a difference. And driving a dump truck is one of the things that I've been getting better at. I'm not great at it. I wouldn't consider myself a journeyman by any stretch. I'm still very much an apprentice, but the work is coming easier. And even today, probably a week or two after this video was filmed, I was going down the road and things were going well, just having overall a good time. And that's one of the things I want to leave you with. The writer of the book of Ecclesiastes says, "There's nothing better for a person than he should eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil." And I think that sums up my experience driving a truck. And I hope for you, whether you drive a truck or want to drive a truck or have some other thing that you're called to do, I hope that you can find enjoyment in your work as well. And so thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you join us on the Dump Truck Toolbox channel. If you found today's video interesting or useful, please click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. It helps other people find our channel and join the conversation. And I look forward to seeing you again soon on the Dump Truck Toolbox.